Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We're on the test server, thanks to Plarium as always for that. And today, I mentioned I would do this video actually in the last live stream I did just a couple of days before recording. Not sure when over the Christmas break I'm going to schedule this video to come out. But what I wanted to do was to take a look at one of the epics from the current fusion that's going on. The Nishak fusion is on at the moment, live in game. You can get 4 different epics. So I wanted to show you my favorite one from that bunch and what she can do. If you're in a position, of course, to complete the Nishak fusion, I highly recommend you complete it. I think he is much better than any of these epics. But if you're earlier in the game and you can't do that, this video is sort of for you, and I'm throwing together like a pretty, still a very good team, but a early game style team to showcase some of the stuff that's going on. So let me show you Morag and why I like her the most out of these epics. Is she definitely the best? I don't know if she's definitely the best, but she's the one I like, and let me show you why. So her A1 is a double hitter. Each hit ignores shield buffs. It's okay. The fun thing about her is that she's a defense-based damage dealer, so it means that you build her to be tanky, and she's gonna do more damage, which is really, really nice. Her A2 then, Outrage, 3-turn cooldown AoE attack that puts Strengthen on all allies for 2 turns. So, you know, two great things here. Great AoE damage, wave clear, and also helping keep your team alive. Her A3, Raider Captain, 4-turn cooldown when booked, team up with 2 random allies to attack a single enemy, and gives an extra turn if any enemy is killed. Again, I think this is a really nice move. It's not the best ally attack in the game, you're getting only 2 random allies, but it's still pretty useful, and because she can do pretty good damage herself, you'll get some nice damage out of this, and the extra turn's a nice bonus. And then her passive test this might counterattacks when hit while under a strengthen buff placed by this champion. So look, she gives herself strengthen for 2 turns every 3 turns. If she gets hit, she gets a free counterattack in there. I think she's a great champion. Honestly, you put all that stuff together, it's a very, very solid kit. These are both very solid moves. It's a solid passive. She is just solid. Solid is my word of the day. How have I built her? So I didn't want to put her in any crazy sets. I put her in 3 resilient sets. So these are the sets you get from Faction Wars, so you can farm it up. It's going to give her defense and HP, which is a win-win for her. She likes both of those things, which is pretty great. And what I've tried to do with her is to give her 100% crit rate, to give her good crit damage, good defense, and good speed. I'm basically focusing, actually, they're all beside each other, really. These 4 stats together are the things I'm trying to build up. Now, compared to someone who's early game, mid game, I will be honest, we've got more stats on than you would have. Like, it's going to take you a few months of playing, really, to get this level of resilience gear at all. We've got some great haul bonuses and stuff, definitely helping too. But it should still give you an idea. We want her to do good damage, which is why the defense, crit rate, and crit damage are high. And then we do want her to have good speed to get around to that ally attack and get it off and actually use it. I think it's going to be very helpful in some dungeons. So yeah, for me, I did put her in crit damage gauntlets with some crit rate. We've got defense chest. We've got speed boots. Then we've got, you know, shield with speed and crit rate. We've got a helmet with tons of defense, actually. And then we got a weapon with lots of crit rate. So we've got some good look in here. We are in 6-star gear, to be fair. But still, hopefully it's giving you a good idea of what you can do with this champion. For her masteries, we are like this. I'm over with War Master, which I think is definitely the go-to on her. She's going to be really nice extra damage against all the dungeon bosses, all the Doom Tower bosses. And, you know, this is the sort of player that this is aimed at, where all of that content is the stuff you're working on right now. She's going to be great for that. I do think, by the way, you could totally put her in Helm Smasher, and you could put her in Stone Skin and use her in Arena, but I feel like that's more of a later game thing. And I didn't feel like it was that relevant of a video to make, but just so you're aware, that's something you could definitely do. She'd be a great champion in Stone Skin as a sort of keep your team alive, bring the utility of ally attack, can easily take a hit and counterattack. She's going to be great in Arena for you too when you go a bit further on, when you retire her from some of these teams. So let me show you the 2 dungeons I wanted to showcase here. 2 very tricky dungeons when you're starting out. First of all, we're going into stage 20 of Fire Knight. And this is the team I've put together. So we've got Apothecary giving us a defense aura. He's the only champion in this team with an aura, actually. So a rare champion, speed boosting us, keeping us going fast. Triple hit A1 to try and knock down the Fire Knight shield and some healing. Morag going to be giving us the wave clear. The ally attack is really going to help keep that Fire Knight shield down as well. We've got Cold Heart to deplete the Fire Knight turn meter. If you don't have a Cold Heart, you could use an Armiger instead, but Cold Heart obviously is better. We've got Stagnite. I actually think Stagnite and Morag are a fantastic combo. For my testing here, I love these two epics together. Stagnite, one of the best ones. He's going to be bringing us AoE, decrease defense, and decrease attack. And that's what I really like. Getting that decrease attack out with Morag Strengthen, it actually makes your team very survivable. And then her ally attack is going to help him keep decreased speed up. We want that decreased speed for the boss. And then I'm bringing in Foley, which seems kind of random. The reason I'm bringing in Foley is because I'm making this video for new players. What do new players all have? Rhonda. All new players at the moment are getting Rhonda at time of recording. I don't have Rhonda on the test server. It's not there. Foley, I do have, and he was the closest I could get. He's got a 4-turn AoE. He has a 4-hitter A1. He's got a 4-hitter A2. It was the closest I could get, okay? And he's the same affinity, so hopefully it gives us a good indication. Let's click play. Let's go. Let's see how we do. So we're going to go in. We get the speed boost, the decreased defense. There goes the nuke from our girl here, Morag. So she's done a really nice chunk of damage. She's the right affinity as well for stage 20 of Fire Knight. You can see right there, her ally attack killed someone. She got an extra turn, did some nice damage. Think she's going to go in with the AoE again. Yes, she is. And look at that. We absolutely ripped through. Now, we've got pretty good gear, which is definitely helping us. So you would do it slower with a differently built team. One thing you might do in AI presets, you could have, for example, make sure that Morag saves her AoE for wave 2, set it to don't use an opener for wave 1 so that she'll use it at the start of wave 1, but then she'll save it until the start of wave 2. You could do the same thing with Stagnite to make sure you get that decrease attack out at the start of wave 2. So you go into wave 2, and even though your other abilities might be a bit off sync, you can still have the decrease attack and the strengthen up to try keep you alive and mitigate that damage. We don't have a reviver in this team. We got the multi-hits there helping us get that stuff down. We have the decreased speed. That's fantastic. We go in with the ally attack, and some of our masteries push the turn meter back. I think that's the Evil Eye mastery. And there we go. Decreased defense is on. And yeah, you can see Morag, her hits are going in. Like, obviously her hits are not going to compare to a Cold Heart, but they're going to add up. They're going to do pretty good damage. We don't have increased attack. We don't have increased defense in this team. Of course, increased attack would be upping the damage of Foley. Increased defense, upping the damage of Morag. It's definitely something to consider as well when you push further into Doom Tower hard. I don't think Morag is really phenomenal there, but she's going to be a decent champion to put in because she's going to go in and synergize well with the good defensive champs for Doom Tower waves. So champs like Sylve the Drakes, Physics that you're going to get from logins. Morag, you put her in that team, and she's going to be a solid option. And there you go. You can see the run. 1 minute 40 was actually super quick. Cold Heart obviously destroying the boss at those Heart Seekers. Foley subbing in for Rhonda. If I had Rhonda in the same gear Foley's in, Rhonda would do way more damage, right? But you get an idea. And you can see Morag, actually a very respectable 1 million damage. Morag did great damage. She really did. And you can sort of see the usefulness of what she's bringing to the team. Helping them stay alive. She's very tanky herself. The ally attack is great to consistently get that Fire Knight shield down, to get the decreased speed from Stagnite onto it, all that sort of stuff. Every little helps. I thought she's actually very nice for this dungeon. If you're progressing, it's a really tough dungeon. The other tough dungeon I want to look at, so she's not really good for Spiders Den. She's going to be great for Dragons Lair. She's the wrong affinity for 20. But she'd still be very solid outside of 20. I wouldn't run her on 20. You probably have better champions, and Rhonda should really hard carry you. Let's go into Ice Golem. What are we doing with Ice Golem? Well, we're bringing almost the exact same team, guys. It's almost the exact same, except this time we're going to be bringing in Melga instead. Melga is going to give us a shield and some healing, and she also brings in a revive. So she's an absolutely fantastic champion. You could bring in any sort of healer or reviver. I guess you got healing from Apothecary. So you might not need a healer, but definitely bringing in a reviver would be a great idea. You could bring in a Reliquary Tender from the rare voids would be a good one too that you could bring in. That's a budget. So we got that first hit coming in from Morag. It does huge damage. As you can see, Foley's the right affinity this time, so he's hitting harder. And we absolutely demolish wave 1. Affinities are better for us. The big difference between this dungeon, though, you've got a lot more damage coming at you, right? These shrieks from these dogs at the front and the reflect damage that they put up can absolutely smash you. The boss himself can absolutely smash you. Yeah, we're tanking these shrieks pretty much no problem. You can see that reflect damage though. Morag is starting to get beat up. She's going in with the counterattacks and she's killing herself with the reflect damage. So she might die. Didn't get an extra turn this time actually. Oh, I thought she was gonna. Oh well, and she's finished them off. Look at that, really nice stuff there. The counterattacks when you can see her actually being hit. We get to the boss where once again, she is going to be helping us out by providing that strengthen. The strengthen buff is going to reduce the boss's damage, even in the worst case scenario, because his retaliation attack ignores a ton of your defense, right? Ignores 50% of each enemy's defense for each alive ally. So increased defense will only protect you so much, but that strengthen is really going to help and keep us just survivable. And yeah, like right there, the boss had one of those side adds up and we're able to take the hit partially thanks to Morag, which is quite useful. I actually realized just as I'm running this, it didn't happen on the test runs, but Foley could in theory block revive of these side adds, which would kind of mess it up, which is, oh yeah, he's getting close. He can block revive, which obviously is not something Rhonda would do and would make the dungeon quite a bit easier, so hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, here we go. We got the hit coming in again. We take the hit, no problem. He is freezing us, so Morag's not counterattacking on the boss. But if she doesn't get frozen, she would. But yeah, again, she's just putting out that consistent damage. I think she's really great here. One thing I'm not going to show you guys, by the way, is a clan boss team, but I think you put her into clan boss. She brings the ally attack. If you got a killable team, the strengthen is useful too. So I think she's a solid budget option, again, for that earlier game clan boss. Big hit coming in, and you can see with the shield and with the strengthen, like the boss and the decrease attack. Here it comes, round 2. Don't forget about that decrease attack. You put the 3 together, decrease attack, strengthen, the shields from Melga, put them all together, and what do you got? You got a team that can take these hits from Ice Golem and keep on going. So yeah, look, I mean, I think this really shows her off, I think, in a good way. I really like this champ, I have to be honest with you. I really like her. Obviously, late game, yeah, you know, she's not a late game champ. She's an epic. But if I was doing this fusion on free to play, I would do the smart thing, to be fair. I check out videos of the other epics. Like, I know Hell Hades has said that he really likes Trumbor. I don't know if he's got a video on Trumbor, but that's definitely something to check out. But for me, personally, I'm a big Morag fan. I think she's great. 3 minutes to take that down, so it's slower. We didn't bring in Cold Heart. That could make things spicy. So you can see Morag, if you compare her to Foley or to Rhonda, when it's equal affinities like this, she's not going to do as much damage, right? But she's going to be pretty close. And I guess if you factor in the fact that she's doing the ally attack, it's letting allies attack, right? That's sort of extra damage that really should be attributed to her. So I think she's very solid. She can really take punishment and keep on going. She helps your team stay alive as well. I think she's a great addition. Like, the damage is very respectable for the sort of gear that we have on her. Like, I think it's really not bad. I'll show you how the other champions here are built. Again, for early game, they're probably built better than you would have. So Foley, he is in Savage and Perception, actually. So like 5.7k attack, 240% crit damage, and he was in War Master. Melga, she's going to be in, yeah, like 500 resistance. Now, you don't need that, guys. You don't need it, but good speed, good defensive stats. That's what she needs. Just lots of HP, good defense, good speed. She should really have more speed than this. These sort of masteries. Again, if you're not stacking resistance like I am, you might not need this. This is a Melga that has been re-geared after I stole some of her gear, but she was being used in Hydra, albeit preferably with a bit more speed for Hydra. Stag Knight, Perception, Speed, and he is coming in. He wants to be pretty quick. He wants to get the debuffs up before the damage dealers go, and you can sort of build him however. You can build him for some damage. You can build him to be tanky. He's got too much accuracy for dungeons. That's okay. And then we've got our level 37 Apothecary with a couple of divine speed sets and some accessories not rolled up. But again, you can build Apothecary defensive. Just really high speed is the main thing that you're looking for. And his masteries, oh, I forgot to finish them. Well, his masteries are like this. And Stag Knight's like this. So there you go. Those are the champions. Cold Heart, oh, her masteries are like this. I actually don't know about the Flawless Execution. You could probably change it. And her build is like this, so that 70% crit rate for her, good speed, build her HP up high, and then tons of crit damage and, you know, 220 plus accuracy, so that she can do all the dungeon stages. There you go, guys. Morag. Yeah, my favorite one. Let me know what you think. Definitely one to consider fusing. She's going to be great, especially in combo with champs like Melka as well for the Faction Wars. I think she's going to be very solid champ for Faction Wars too. There you go. I like Morag. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye-bye.